Hey YouTube, this video is going to be for, I believe his name is 404 Bull Hog. I think he sent the message like 6 months ago, and he was asking could I do a video on side skirts, whether you call it a side skirt, a air fairing, or a air down, whatever you call it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So let me show you what I'm talking about so that way we can be on one accord. So pretty much these right here, y'all see that white thing like this? This right here is called either air fairing, a skirt, or I guess like a air dam. So what that does is it is supposed to reflect air as, you know, our big rigs are driving down the road, and pretty much it's supposed to be fuel efficient. But if you really look at the front of the truck, there's also different things on the front of the truck that's aerodynamic, things such as, like if you look on most trucks, they got some type of like curve going towards the headlight, so that way when you're going down the road, the truck is not going against the wind. It's more aerodynamic, to where instead of it going against a flat surface, because obviously if you go against wind with a flat surface, whatever's going against it has to put a whole lot more force to fight against it. But if you give air an outlet to kind of fly over it, then you can kind of breathe through it a lot more easier. So that's why they pretty much do these trucks this way. So you'll see the aerodynamics on the front of the truck, and just look at the whole setup of the front of the truck, and then even down to how the front hood is kind of slanted down so that the wind can go over the hood, and then you see how the top of the truck, it can go over the hood and then go over the hood of the truck and then go back above on top of the trailer. So that's for the front of the truck, and then as the wind is hitting the side of the truck, that air fairing is deflecting air too. And then also too, you know, some of these trucks, you know, they have it to where they have skirts to where they kind of cover the fuel tank, I'm guessing, so that the fuel tank is not getting hit with so much weather conditions, to kind of protect the temperature of the fuel tank. But there's a lot of things that they put on these trucks to make the trucks fuel efficient. But just so that y'all don't take my opinion for it, as I always do, I would like to read facts. So let me set y'all up so that way I can read the facts that I found. So this is for you 404 Ball Hog. I know it was 6 months ago, but like I said, I'll be just getting to certain messages. So let's do some reading, guys. Whether they all call side skirts, air dams, air fairings, side fairings, or truck fairings, we are all referring to the devices that are installed under the side of the big truck trailers to reduce wind resistance or air drag and increase fuel efficiency. Many professional drivers are familiar with fairings on the back of their tractors to reduce wind resistance between the tractor and the trailer, or low tractor fairings most often cover the fuel tanks. We previously wrote about aerodynamics wheel covers as a means of increasing fuel efficiency. So I'm not going to really read the whole thing. And I'm gonna kind of put some of the pictures, as y'all always know, in my video. So pretty much money saving tip: any device used on a vehicle to reduce wind resistance or air drag will help improve the vehicle's fuel efficiency. There is absolutely no doubt that tractor trailer side skirts or air fairings accomplish both. Professional drivers who own their own trailers will do well to calculate the ROI, return on investment, that purchasing and installing these devices will provide. While costs many vary between brands, one driver stated, with the cost of the Winding Flex fairing being $4,600 US, 5,000 Canadian, it will take approximately 13.6 months to pay for the fairings. with an expected life cycle of 10 years. My total dollar savings at today's fuel prices will be approximately $39,000. So that's not bad. So let me see. In some places, incentives such as grants may be available to help drivers purchase trailer skirts. If you are interested, investigate all opportunities and take advantage of the one that works best for you. Beware that some locations may require drivers to have these devices installed on their trucks before they can enter. Know ahead of time what restrictions are involved before you make the trip. When you calculate your ROI, be aware that your driving habits also affect your fuel savings. When they say driving habits, you know, there's a lot of things that can affect fuel savings, like your speed for one, where you feel at, like how long do you drive? Do you do a lot of stop and goes? Like for most of the time, I try my best to stop as less as possible. I try my best to only stop at least probably once or twice in my trip, because the more that you can consistently drive, the more your MPGs will go up, because it takes a lot for the truck, first of all, to start up and to take off. So by it having to use a lot of energy to take off, it's burning more fuel than it should when you keep stopping and going. So the best thing is to keep going, watch where you feel at, watch your speed. I would have to say anything below 60 miles per hour, you're saving a lot of money. Anything above, really above, I would say 65 or 70 miles an hour, you're starting to really burn. So like I said, they put these things on these newer trucks, you know, to give people that especially is business owners to save money, and big fleets to save money. Because I'm pretty sure that back in the day, trucks wasn't always made aerodynamically. Like most older trucks back in the day were more square, you know, square body trucks. So I'm sure they probably was alright on fuel, but not as much as these newer trucks today, because they're coming up with all this technology to make it, first of all, more comfortable for drivers, second of all, more fuel efficient. So yeah, that's just my take, Mr. 404 Bullhog, on the like I said, side skirts, air fairings, air dam, whatever you decide to call it. So I'm about to do my workout and clean my truck up, waiting to be loaded. So I hope you guys having a lovely day. I am. I just use my downtime to kind of catch up on things I need to catch up on. So my next video today, most likely once I clean my truck, is going to be the trip planning. I have to kind of sit down and get my thoughts together on it, because I think the last video I did on trip planning, it really wasn't that well put together. So this time I want to really sit down and do it more legit and more properly, so whoever really want to know about trip planning can learn how I do it. Because everybody do their trip planning differently. Just because I might give you my advice on how I do it, that might not be how you do it. Everybody has their own way of trucking. Trucking got so many different variations of how you can do it, that a person can kind of guide you in a general aspect of how to do it, but eventually you're going to get your own way of what works for you. So that's all I'm gonna do, is just get my general thing of how I do it, and then you can just kind of expand your own way after that. So all right guys, I'll be back in a little bit. Y'all have a lovely day. So deuces.